Café Anyway. Hello, it's Mac. I'm at Café Anyway.
It's Mike's Daily Podcast.
Located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. And we got Topicas.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 2851, and Mike Matthews here, and we having fun. It's a daily podcast. It's something that happens to you every day. It's kind of like that thing that you wish would go away, but it sticks around, decides to stay, and rhyme things, and now it stops.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Dolly Parton's business empire is expanding yet again with Dolly wines.
Mike's
Because people
Daily
want to get drunk,
Podcast.
I guess.
Yeah.
Her collection of wines hit stores with a peaches and cream inspired Chardonnay. It's like having a black fly in your Chardonnay. It's that Pardon 5 minutes too late, and isn't it ironic? But that's not a Dolly Parton song. But I'm sure at some point she will cover it because she covers everything! Every possible song on the planet. You can't say anything bad about Dolly Parton, Mike. You can't. It's not allowed in the universe in which we live. All right. But every single song on the planet she has covered at some point and done some songs with heavy metal artists and everyone else. Go Dolly, go Dolly. Everyone loves Dolly. If you live in the South and you live anywhere near Tennessee, you got to go to that place in Tennessee. That's her amusement park. And all those YouTubers that I watch that live over there in the Smoky Mountains that go to see Dollywood at least 5 times a year. Oh, they just put up all their Christmas decorations. We got to go all over there and check it out. Might could go down there, is what I've heard one or two of them say. Speaking of which, get off of YouTube, get on Vimeo. Let's stop with this whole
And here's today's podcast picture.
YouTube monopoly. I am so sick of it. I see these people, the podcast picture, by the way, and I am on YouTube. Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. It has a link to where I am on YouTube, but the podcast picture is a beautiful area in Podcastro Valley. I was on this walk and the beautiful sunset was happening. See it, it's beautiful. It's at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. And the late great Basil the Boxer and I walked in this particular area many years ago. It was a fine walk, he and I. Let's just say that I don't know if we... I was concerned. I don't think we realize as a society that, like Facebook had too much power at one point, now YouTube has too much power. Okay, at one point there was Facebook and its only competitor was Twitter because MySpace was fading away. And then there was that thing, was it called Friendly or something that came up, and that disappeared. And then along comes TikTok, and then now we've got some issue. Well, there was
this show is clean.
There was Snapchat, and Facebook went up against Snapchat with Instagram, and then TikTok came along and is trying to do something similar to Facebook. I forget what they call it, but yeah, it's. Now YouTube is out there. Now YouTube does the long form videos, does the type of videos you can sit down on your couch, put it on your flat screen, and watch some of these amazing HD quality videos that people do. And you're like, well, I don't need to watch regular TV ever again. Just got done watching that awful Netflix Obliterated. And why? Why did I watch that? So
Woo!
I guess we can find all this other entertainment. Now, I am speaking to you. I don't think you hear too much echo on my voice. I don't know why we don't, as a society, get upset when we see someone on YouTube or maybe who's doing a podcast that's being distributed through all the myriad of platforms that you can listen to podcasts through, your Spotify, the TuneIn, iHeart Radio app, all the apps. Got the
Mike is on it, man.
Go where no man has gone before.
We love it, Mike.
all of those apps that I can't even think of right now, but there's a bazillion. There's always a new podcast app popping out of the ether. And there's the thing where I guess I'm on it. Now I'm not on it anymore. I want to talk about McDonald's. McDonald's just fired its drive-through AI, and it's turning to humans instead. What? It's because of TikTok, though. Those TikTok videos, which are short, they're short little punches, but people love them.
This is Mike's podcast picnic.
And we're enjoying a picnic here at Café Anyway. Not eating McDonald's, though. Today I brought some brie. Enjoy. I didn't bring tofu, though. Apparently, tofu is very divisive. There's a guy I know who I mentioned tofu, putting tofu in a smoothie, and he had enough. He was offended. He's like, I love to mix tofu and bacon grease together because it slides into the trash can very smoothly.
I got through that. I got into it.
I said smoothie, not smoothly. But at any rate, yeah. So TikTok caught it, and McDonald's is having to change. Now in California, they're having to pay those humans, at least, or as Carl Sagan would say, humans, at least $20 an hour minimum wage in the cosmos, in the great cosmic ocean. Apple is no longer going to offer Apple Pay Later.
You're a man. Sometimes you wear stretchy pants.
Which you might need to use in order to buy stretchy pants. The BNPL service launched in the U.S. in 2023. Buy now, pay later. That's what that means. It will focus on installment loan features next year. But no longer Apple Pay Later. As we go outside a Cafe Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on Earth. Remember Star Trek's Kirk and Richard Branson going to space? Kirk, of course, being William Shatner. Space tourism was a farce for investors. Space company Virgin Galactic shares fell 15% and now sits at $11. Do you know what its high was? At its high, its shares here at Cafe Anyway, Virgin Galactic shares. I don't know, the fares were through the roof, but to go flying. Used to be 11% now. Is now 11%. Used to be $920 for a share of Virgin Galactic. Everybody was on the Richard Branson train, which would probably be called Virgin Trains because he called everything Virgin this, Virgin that. But nope, no longer. I have a couple Virgin records. You know that, he had a label. And Cutting Crew, I believe, was on that. Yeah. They were on that.
People get stuck on stupid. You know what I mean?
They were on that label. Oh, I just died in your arms tonight. Actually, I'm going to admit it. I have the best of Cutting Crew right here outside of Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Yep, Virgin Records. I was right. And I remembered that because at the radio station I worked at in Santa Barbara, Y97, KHTY, Santa Barbara's Hot FM. They had
MTV News. You hear it first.
And in between songs, when I was on the air there, I would watch MTV, and I'd watch Kurt Loder pop on right after that MTV News. Kurt Loder and Virgin Records has just sold off their entire Virgin Galactic space. If you would have told me back then, space tourism back then, I would have been, what? You can't be serious. That's going to happen? Woohoo. Well, back then, when I'd be watching the Y97, oh yeah, on the wall, we had
Babagoo, things to do.
One of the things to do at our studio was check out the very cool platinum record displays. So whenever a radio station would get on board and promote a song, and this is where the whole payola world existed and where Congress had to come down on a lot of radio stations because they were getting certain benefits that they weren't supposed to get, that were behind, backhanded. There's all kinds of documentaries about this, but there was a thing they would do, record companies, when a song did really well, to thank the radio station, they would give them one of those platinum record displays that are framed. Look, it's inside there's a platinum record, and it's saying, look, some zillions of dollars worth sold. And they did have one for Cutting Crew, because the song did go number one, I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. That's why you hear it on 80s radio stations all the time. And right through,
travel into the incredible universe.
Right through the middle of this platinum record display or trophy, whatever you want to call it, it was cut in two, like as if by a cutting saw, one of those saws that cut wood, a tree cutter, a wood cutter, and it was cut right down the side diagonally as a joke because they were called Cutting Crew. I remember that as I look at this greatest hits album, and you might go, what other songs did they have, Mike? I just thought all they had was I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. And now I'm turning into the Professor of Rock. No, they had other hit songs. Well, I don't know if it got into the top 10, but I know it got up pretty high. It was the song called I've Been in Love Before. My favorite, though, was the song that came out right after I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. It was called One for the Mockingbird. I love that song.
Magnification.
I magnify my love for that song. I will always love that song, as goofy as it is, as 80s as it is. Love that song. And then they came out with another album after that that had a song that did pretty well called Everything But My Pride. It was kind of a mellow song. It got played on the more mellow stations, the adult contemporary stations. They had another one. I don't think it was a huge hit, but it was Between a Rock and a Hard Place. And it...
The Royal Trump Tweet Decree.
Wow. I bet it has something to do with the debates. I would just hazard to guess. But you know what I'm going to tell you is that's enough. Put down the mic. That's enough about the wonderful world of Cutting Crew, Virgin Records, Virgin Galactic. Was $920, now $11. Okay, TikTokers love spaving. That is the mashup of the words spending and saving. Spaving is buy two, get one half off. Spaving is adding a few dollars to an online order to secure free shipping. Spaving is a mashup of spending more to trigger some saving. The appeal of spaving is obvious. Consumers like to think they are saving money. Spaving to financial experts is mostly spending, however, because don't forget you're spending to get the saving. Spaving can quickly spiral out of control. That is the problem. Sometimes you only need one, so buy one. If you only need one, buy one. Buy one, get one free means no discount on the just one item. It just means now you have two. If you wanted two, the buy one, get one free, yeah, that works. But I know I shop at Costco. I'm supposed to get a discount on buying in bulk. And in fact, I do. I never throw anything out. Honestly, I seem to use everything that I get at Costco. It all goes to use. So I think I am saving in that way. You just need the space, the spacing for the spaving. Here are a few tips on how to shop and maybe circumvent spaving. Stick to a shopping list, set a budget, don't blow the budget, and if you consider a spaving offer, do the math first. That all from Rob Black. I produce a podcast. He is heard on the Bay Area.
Pretty much.
The A area? The A area Bay Waves. Something to that effect. On AM 1220 KDOW weekday mornings. And then he is also on Cron Television. Monday through Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour. Oh, and Southwest changed flying. Now it can't change fast enough. I flew down to Los Angeles back in March and took Southwest, sat next to a nice guy who was a flight attendant. He told me best day to travel is Saturdays because everybody has gotten to their destination.
Bands mutations.
Cutting Crew, I don't think, didn't do a band's mutation. However, they were a band. I take that back. Before they were Cutting Crew, they were known as The Move. So that band mutated into Cutting Crew. A little side note. I am remiss to not have mentioned. Southwest grew fast and kept costs lower than anyone else. It posted profits for 47 straight years. You know what stopped it? COVID in 2020. And now they're stuck in the past. Shares are down nearly 24% over the past 2 years, while United Airlines is up 34% and Delta Airlines is up. Oh my gosh. Really? Delta Airlines is up 55%. Wow. Now, that blows me away. I will not fly United, so I don't understand that it being up 34% thing. Delta, I fly a lot, and Southwest Airlines, I fly a lot. Never fly on a flying saucer, though, sadly. Delta Airlines, maybe Delta Airlines does better because it can go more places in the U.S. I actually flew Delta Airlines to Germany once. There is the hub that they have in Atlanta that can be helpful, although the weather there is pretty crazy at times and flying in can be a nuisance at times. Although I know that airport like the back of my hand now, as I look at the back of my hand, what the heck is that? But they're up 55%.
As you know, there's a real scary holiday coming up.
And perhaps you're going to fly on that really scary holiday. Just know that Southwest is down 24% over the past 2 years, while Delta Airlines is up 55%. Southwest says there's no second class, and it believes it already offers a better deal for flyers with ample legroom and free bags. Bam! I like both those things. But expenses have ballooned. It is backtracking on expansion at a time when Americans are... Americans are saying Geronime, and for no apparent reason, and they are booking more flights than ever. Southwest's policy of not charging for 2 checked bags is popular, but baggage fees revenues of major U.S. airlines in 2023, were huge. Yeah, and I heard about that they're not expanding as much, they're not buying as many planes. There was a big order. They didn't magnify, but they minimized recently. But look at how much money that, and you can't really see it because this is an audio podcast, not a visual podcast, and it always makes me so irate when someone's doing an audio podcast and they go, "Hey, look at this. Thanks for watching." But American Airlines, United, Spirit, and Southwest, well, United and American made over $1 billion. That gives you an idea on baggage fees. Spirit made almost $1 million, and Southwest, they only made $73.4 million compared to the rest making $1 billion. They just made $73.4 million. So, because they don't have the baggage fees. Southwest finds itself in a new, uncomfortable position. Number 1, fares aren't always cheapest. Number 2, Southwest lacks amenities like seat back entertainment. Oh, yeah, that's something I noticed that annoyed me. However, Southwest, even though they don't have the seat back entertainment, which sometimes you get a seat and you don't have any, the screen isn't working or whatever, they do have the thing where they give you free Wi-Fi and then you can watch a movie. I was watching Barbie on the flight for free. I was watching that Willy Wonka prequel thingy for free. But they lack other amenities like extra legroom options. It only recently began adding power outlets and upgrading Wi-Fi to higher speeds. So Southwest is considering assigning seats or offer some rows with extra legroom for a fee to widen its appeal. In 2007, yes, all the way back in 2007, the airline started selling early bird check-in and upgraded boarding. Those are those annoying people that cut in front of you or get to go on the plane before you when you are taking a Southwest flight and you get so mad that you sound like a horse. Both have become major contributors to the airline's $925 million in ancillary revenue. So good luck, Southwest. I believe in you. The fact that you fly out of Oakland is wonderful. It's a dream come true. So I am rooting for you. Oh, and this little bit of news too, just found out Raising Cane's is coming to Hayward. I pass by it every day when I drive to Fremont from Castro Valley. Raising Cane's is going to open in that shopping center where Kmart used to be eons ago. So if that is something interesting to you, who and what is Raising Cane's? Their chicken fingers, Texas toast, crinkle cut fries, coleslaw, and award-winning cane sauce is well known. The restaurant's brand is opening its second Bay Area location this August. They're also in Colma and Fairfield in the Bay Area. The second Bay Area Raising Cane's is conveniently located in the newly revitalized Hayward Retail Center. That's what they're calling that there at the corner of Mission Boulevard and Harder Road. And they'll be open Sunday through Wednesday and Thursday through Saturday. Oh, they're open all week, but their hours are just slightly different. They're open till what? 2 a.m.? Sunday through Wednesday, and Thursday through Saturday open till 3:30 a.m. Wow. Guess people love their chicken fingers. Okay. It's got a large indoor dining area with walls adorned with art pieces paying homage to Hayward's history. That'll be nice. Including some of the history that Hayward has, and this is very important, Shasta Beverages. The Shasta Beverage Plant's still there. You can see off of 92. And Hunt Brothers Packing Company, as well as photos of Hayward's most famous natives like Dwayne Johnson. And that's who my cat is partly named after, The Rock. We call him Rocky. Also, former San Francisco 49ers coach Bill Walsh. Chicken fingers can be enjoyed al fresco on the restaurant's outdoor patio, which I've seen it as I drive by. It looks pretty nice. So I think it's going to be a cool place to stop if I have the chance. Usually when I'm passing by that area, I'm just concerned with either trying to get to work on time or trying to get home to see my lovely lady friend and my wonderful cat, Rocky. So I guess there's going to be a ribbon cutting ceremony coming up. Oh, they're going to offer 20 lucky customers free Raising Cane's for a year. Wow. Or they call it free canes for a year. And they're going to be, let's see, they will hire over 100 local crew members with a starting pay of $20 per hour. That's because it's California and you got to do that. So there you go. That is some news I got recently that I wanted to share with you that I am not getting any money for. And I'm not going to get any free meals to that place. So whatever. That's my plug. My slug doesn't sound like the healthiest menu, but whatever. And it's probably going to cost, it ain't going to be cheap to eat there. But I hope they have a nice beer selection because I hear they do beer. We'll see. That's anyway, Café Anyway. What do you think about all of that? Oh, we haven't said hi to the people yet. Let's say hi to the people that are outside of Café Anyway somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Hello, my gosh, it's Madame Rootabega. You almost forgot to talk to me. Oh, do you like beer? Yes. Do you like chicken fingers? Yes. Do you like Dwayne The Rock? No. Why not? His movies are stupid. Well, you know, there's that. True. Everyone likes at least one movie of his. That's why he's so popular. But I don't think the entire pantheon would be preferable to everybody on this planet, just from what I am seeing. Just what I have seen I mean, Jungle Cruise, really? Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, I parked the cars here at Café Anyway. D.
Yeah, and he does it for chicken fingers. Do you know that? Wow. That's fascinating. Sadly, it is for actual chicken fingers, and that's kind of gross. But the next show, which is technically the claw, isn't it? I mean, well, the finger has a claw at the end, little, is it a talon? How would you call that? Yeah, chicken talons. I'll have to ask Napoleon Dynamite next time I see him. I'll do whatever I want. That's all I got. I bought you a delicious bass. That's about all I have. What? Why am I missing the best Napoleon Dynamite thing? I can do the thing. La Fonda is the best thing ever. But that's about all I got. And I meant to talk about La Fonda when we were talking all about La Honda recently in the beautiful hills between the peninsula and the ocean in the Bay Area. But yes, you could chime in about anything we covered at this number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
You know, you don't even want to get into doing Napoleon Dynamite quotations because there's always someone who can do it better than you, especially if you are in your mid-50s like me. And the biggest fans of Napoleon Dynamite were people slightly younger than you, at least 10 years younger than you. So I attempted and I failed. But I say to you now, let's go to the mainframe and find out all things concerning Mike's Daily Podcast from the wonderful A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!